Is this the future of work?
It's good to have that balance. You know, sometimes you need a break from Zoom fatigue or a lot of meetings.
For most, work life changed dramatically in March of 2020. Businesses shuttered, thousands lost their jobs, and many employees were told to go remote and work from home.
I miss people and like interacting in person, not just through a screen.
Alex Manwaring lives and works at The Q. The Quincy apartment complex offers residents 4 private offices, as well as a dedicated area for communal work.
It's kind of nice to come down here, get out of the apartment and just work from a different area than I'm living a majority of the time. I mean, it's awesome, like just having these dedicated spaces. They're clean. I can just kind of come and go as I please. So I definitely take advantage of it quite a bit.
Executive Vice President Drew Dolbin says home office spaces are now standard in the Dolbin Company properties.
The work from home thing, I think, stays as long as we are in a society where we're seeing that jobs can be completed from almost anywhere. Why wouldn't you want to be in a comfortable space like this, very close to your home, no commute, you don't have to get in the car, you don't have to get on the T.
Not every job can be done from home, but according to a 2021 report from Governor Charlie Baker's administration, around 1/3 of Bay State residents do have the ability to work remotely. More companies are switching to a hybrid work model, with employees balancing their time between home and the office. As more companies make the switch, expect shockwaves through the Commonwealth.
Where people work and when they work and commuting patterns and childcare and job training are all going to end up being big pieces of how we need to think about supporting people going forward.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the work landscape, and to better understand how to assist workers and employers in the coming years, the administration commissioned the Future of Work report.
A lot of people discovered during the course of the pandemic that spending more time at home was actually something they enjoyed.
And what do you say to people who say if you're not at the office, you're not working?
Boy, I worked awfully hard over the course of the past year without necessarily being in the office. There's been no dividing line between the home and work. It's just wherever I am and whatever day it is and whatever time it is, I'm at work. And I actually think one of the challenges we will have going forward here is trying to figure out how to make sure that work just doesn't move firmly and totally into the home for people so that they actually aren't able to separate work from home.
As corporate America develops return to office plans, one company decided it would go remote-centric permanently.
Hi, I'm Bill Wagner, CEO at LogMeIn.
Located in Boston's Fort Point neighborhood, LogMeIn is a global software company that enables remote work. But ironically, LogMeIn employees weren't remote before the pandemic.
I'm probably embarrassed to say I was one of those CEOs who has always looked at remote work somewhat with some trepidation and felt it was okay part of the time, but not a fully remote.
But after working from home himself, Wagner learned LogMeIn employees could be just as productive from the comfort of their homes.
We expect most of our employees will work primarily at their home office and only come to the office a few days a week, 1 to 2 days a week. And some employees, many employees, will work full-time remotely.
The decision wasn't made lightly. The company surveyed employees over 9 months before the remote-centric announcement was made in October of 2020.
We're giving employees the option, and we have guidelines, and we've actually set up different personas for employees to choose what kind of persona. Are they at home with school-age children, for instance? Are they at home with just another adult, maybe in a small apartment? Because those people all have different needs. But overwhelmingly, 97% of our employees said they would choose to work remotely most of the time. And almost 75% would say the vast majority of time I would choose to be remote.
With the majority of employees choosing to work from home part of the time, LogMeIn reduced its presence in Boston from 2 buildings to 1.
We had 230,000 square feet here in Boston, have roughly about 800 employees here. But now that they're only going to be in the office 1 to 2 days a week on a rotating basis, we didn't need that much square footage.
And though these changes were spurred by a global pandemic, Wagner is confident LogMeIn's decision to remain remote-centric is the right one.
The important thing was to separate the pandemic and remote work. Today, as we begin to think about opening up again in different offices and moving to a more permanent future of work, we begin to think of life after the pandemic, which hopefully will be behind us at some point. But remote work is not going to go behind us. That is the new future.
Now, it's also interesting, and as we mentioned, not everyone was able to work remotely, but with companies like LogMe and permanently going remote-centric, there will be a ripple effect.
Oh, I mean, think about the impacts to commercial real estate, to public transportation, to all those small businesses downtown that cater to downtown workers. The Baker administration analysis does indicate that the center of gravity, if you will, of employment may be shifting away from the urban core.
I know, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like down the road. Coming up, memo to employers from working parents.